just could not believe that such a process existed. Such a combination of materials and liquids and solids and heat and cooling and all that malarkey was just an extraordinary kind of alchemic journey for an object to take. And it completely captivated me. Bronze casting, very, very simply, has been around for thousands of years, and lost wax casting has probably been around for half that time. And the object is to get an object into wax before you get it into bronze. When I first properly made a sculpture, the fact that it occupied real space meant I didn't have to create some kind of weird painterly illusion. The space already existed, half the problems were solved. And that was very seductive. So that's why sculpture took precedent in my life. And then the bronze casting was just this extraordinary engagement with itself. I mean, it's an object that would disappear, turn to gas, would then turn to liquid and then go hard and come back as an object. To watch that go through various changes on this roller coaster trip through a process, you know, it's just mind-blowing, mind-blowing. A lot of my work is remodeling surfaces after a casting process. Heat up surfaces and liquefy the surfaces of the wax, and then they'll join each other, and then when they cool, they effectively weld together. And then I'll remodel over those seams. A lot of the process is about repair and restoration, really. You have an obscured view of something you want to make. You have a feeling, kind of understand the parameters of the idea, and then I'll sit down and I'll start making it. I always find craft and being in control is almost the killing of something. When you're in control of an object, you're almost destroying an emotional journey. The material is being controlled, and I quite like the material to be free. I built my own furnaces with dustbins and hoovers, and that experience allowed me to build more solid foundries. Bigger figures evolved and eventually began to employ people that could look after the foundry and cast my own work. And now we're in a situation where I have quite a large workforce who are just casting my work, and it's almost like they are extensions of me in my mind. There's this extraordinary experience now of my thinking travelling through other people's hands, having this incredibly private world, allying to a very public, industrial, factory almost space. I used to be bronze casting and making very fast. Now I'm privileged to have people who are able to cast the work for me, and it's given me so much more time to do thinking, and I'm really enjoying that. Studio is the favourite bit, yeah. The space I begin and do my thinking and drawing, etching and modelling. It's where all the doubt is, where all the could it be, can it be, the potential is always there. Often when it's cast into bronze, there's a thrill, and then often, you know, after 10, 15 years, you're living with these objects and they become part of the everyday. But there's always something new and always something unexpected around the corner in the studio. I held the idea of the artist in very high regard. Built up this idea of the artist as this character that was something to aspire to. And I probably wasn't an artist. I was probably not quite good enough. And so I just worked very hard to nibble at the edges of being an artist and see if ever I could step into that arena. So I used to call myself a bronze caster. And my passport would say bronze caster. And every 10 years I'm very intrigued to see what I write in my passport. And the last passport, I went for it. And I wrote sculptor. I now think of myself as a sculptor, as an artist. And I'm really quite thrilled that I'm comfortable with that. And I'm really enjoying observing and being a part of that journey.